Hey, welcome to Queens Talking Reality. I am Elisa,
And I'm Farah.
and we are here to give the rundown of Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion part one. Let's go.
Mhm. Ah, So it started out different because they went. I didn't even know they had recordings of Wendy like after they were arrested. So that was interesting. So that lets us know next season's gonna be good because they're gonna have a lot of stuff on
And
camera.
Wendy's being like, even though she's performative and I feel like they're acting, like she's still like not hiding from the cameras. She's showing up, even though it's fake and acting. But
She need that check.
true,
She need
that's
the check.
true. Yeah, scamming and everything. But we'll get into that. That's what I think. I know
But
allegedly, but
watching that first scene with her and Eddie, to me, confirms they're guilty.
oh yeah, that acting was like the worst.
It wasn't that so much the actings, these are the two things she said that stood out to me. That made me go, hmm. Not one time did they say they were innocent. Like, oh my God. Okay, if I was innocent and I was
Hmm.
whether I'm shooting a scene or whatever, I would have been like, oh my God, I can't believe that this happened to us. How could this have happened? We didn't do anything wrong. I would be basically pleading my case in front of the camera and like distraught because I am now accused of something I didn't do.
Exactly.
One thing, listen to what Wendy said. Not one time they said, "Oh my God, how could this happen to us? We didn't do anything." She said something that caught me. Two things she made that caught me. She said something to the effect, "I can't believe this would happen."
Hmm.
To me, that lets me think, "Oh, we did something sneaky. And I can't believe we got caught."
Yeah,
She said,
exactly.
"I can't believe this would happen." Instead of, why are they accusing us? We didn't do anything wrong. We're not that type of people.
Hmm.
Another thing that lets me know, because you remember we were debating over whether or not it was Eddie or Wendy,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Who, came up with this whole let's do fraud, right? So
Do you agree with me? Let me find out.
I think Eddie was the ringleader because she said something else. You know why I think Eddie was the ringleader? She said, "Do
What?
you think this is going to affect our marriage?" Oh, I'm different now. I'm never going to be the same. That makes me think he was the one that put this in her head. Well, okay, if I'm married and we're both decided to do this, or I was the ringleader, why would I think that's going to affect our marriage? If anything, I think it's going to bring us closer together. Because right now we're fighting for our lives, basically.
I don't know
She
why. Honestly, I don't even think that was like a flow. I think for whatever reason that was a part of the script. I don't know why she put that in there, but I don't think it was on some like, oh, I'm so scared that we might get a divorce. I'm never going to be the same because you forced me to do this. I don't know. I feel like she put that in there to add like some dramatics to the script. They inserted that.
I think that was a slip up. And that to me made me think
Absolutely
Eddie
not.
was the ringleader. To me, that made comment below. I think that made Eddie the ringleader because at this point, you going to jail. You don't know what's gonna happen to your kids. I wouldn't be thinking about separating with my husband unless I feel like you put me in this situation. I wouldn't be thinking about divorce. How is this gonna affect our marriage? I'm thinking we need to stick together and figure this shit out together.
No, but
Not
I think I know I would ask that to make sure like we Bonnie and Clyde here. Like we still moving together, right? We moving in unison. Like so I would still question it to make sure don't have any doubts. And let me hear if you have doubts so I can check you. Or let me see where we going with this so I can be able to foresee what could come down the line. I think she could have, if it wasn't a part of the script, which I definitely think it was, I think she was saying it to see like how he feels. She was nervous.
that's a conversation I feel like they had before they even got on camera. This is not a conversation they're gonna have on camera. But when she kept saying, "Oh, I'm different. I'll never be the same," to me, that's thinking, "Negro, you put me in this situation. Our
No.
marriage not gonna be the same. I'm not gonna be the same towards you in the marriage." That's how I took it. Maybe I need to rewatch it, but I felt that was her way of saying, "I don't feel the same way about you. I'm a different person now. I'm not no longer Wendy that you knew. Now I'm totally different. You spent my
I
night
didn't
in
take it like
jail.
that.
I took it that way. To me, I took it that way. I was like,
That whole
we'll see.
scene, that whole opening was fake and just fraudulent, like how she is. Like I feel like they planned that script out. I think, from my perspective, I think she added that whole part in there about, oh, do you think we're gonna stay married? Like I think she did that to for dramatics. Like I think that was like supposed to be like adding some kind of, I don't know, like a touch to it. Like her voice, the way she was like low and acting like she was sleepy or high or something. I don't know what that was supposed to be sad, but it came off like so melodramatic. Like it was way too much. Like she should have, she definitely can't be an actor because that was horrible acting. And I just think like the whole Eddie crying, that was like forced tears. I feel like the whole baby, it was every moment, baby this, baby that, baby. Do you think baby, 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 baby? It was annoying.
I don't think he fake cried because when you think
That
about
was
the
a
kid,
strain of a tear. He strained that tear out.
my whole thing is allegedly before you did what you needed to do, you should have thought about your kids. Because I know before I do anything, I'm always thinking, not that I do anything illegal.
Yeah.
So as a parent, you always think about your kids, even if I want to do something daring. Let's say I want to jump out of the plane.
Yeah.
I always think about my kids before I do something. So now, save his tears because when you're scamming or whatever you're doing that was fraudulent, you should have thought, oh my God, if we get caught, what about our kids?
And you got to deal with the consequences. That's what you got to be ready for when you in scamming, whatever you're doing.
Yeah, I believe Eddie was the master brain behind this. And Wendy probably felt, he's an attorney. He probably was like, look, I got this. I know how to do it legally. Nothing's going to happen. He has the brain of an attorney. Wendy was probably like, okay, I'll follow through. She probably said, oh, you sure? Eddie's like, I got this. Trust me. We have this on lock. Legally, we have this on. I think it was Eddie's scheme.
I think the way like the trend is with the housewives is usually the wife putting the stress on the husband to get more money, to keep up with the Joneses. They got to have the Birkin bags. They got to have the high end bags. They got to be on Beverly Hills. They got to be everything. Especially Wendy, like you get surgeries. Now you done like you have to keep up with the Joneses. You got to stay in Potomac. She got did a whole house renovation. Like all of this cost money that I'm sure they were running out of. And then she kept like coming up with new business plans that was flopping. Nothing was like a grand slam, big money stream of income like Housewives. I'm sure that's probably a big stream of income. But as far as like her other streams, I'm sure she was living beyond her means. And I think sometimes living beyond your means, as these housewives do when they competing with other housewives, the other franchises, I think it becomes stressful for that husband. We've seen it with Teresa. We've seen it with a lot. It was who else? What's the name from Salt Lake City? Like you see a lot of these women are doing this to basically like it becomes like a snowball, like where it's like if they start out small, they like really frumpy in the beginning, and then they become like grand and the grand of it all, luxurious and stuff like that. And it becomes it gets beyond them. It goes beyond.
I agree. I mean, Wendy looks great compared to how she first started. But to me, I still think Eddie was the one that concocted this whole story.
He's too weak though to be doing that. Like he's weak. Like I can't. I feel like Wendy is like the head of that relationship. Like I do not think Eddie is like, he don't have no type of like, she's the one that would steer things in the right direction. If he did come up with a dumb plan like that, she would have let him know, I'm not doing this. I feel like vice versa. If it was her, he's not going to say anything. He's going to go with the plan.
I don't know. At first, I didn't know who, but now I'm just going based on what I saw, and I feel like he probably came up with the idea. I don't know. That's how I feel. Based on,
then I think, like I've been saying from before, I think that's why his family don't like her, and they really probably going in now that now they caught up in this scamming stuff. And I don't think it was just because they from different villages in Africa or whatever. I believe they do not like. Come on, they cut him off, like dropped him like a hot potato, like don't even have nothing to do with him because of her. And I'm sure now they probably like, I told you so. What are you doing with this? I knew something wasn't right. I feel
Mhm.
like they were onto something when they cut him off because of her. They knew something was going to happen. They knew
I
what type
mean,
of personality she is.
they went back to when she said she didn't want to date Eddie in the beginning because he didn't have a car. So she was materialistic. But overall, whoever decided to do it, one of them should have had a brain and be like, I'm not doing this. One of them should have said, this is a terrible idea. Number one, you're black. You're going to get caught.
Yeah.
Forget all these other housewives, women that have done it in the past because they probably have connections with who knows who. You are still black. You're always a target on your back. So now I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel bad
And
at
I
all.
think if you want to be a scammer, like you have to fully commit to scamming and being fraudulent. You can't half-ass it. Like if you're gonna be a scammer, like her scamming was like you half in, half out. Like you
Yeah.
can't scam and then not have somebody at the door with a mask on or have things ruffled outside, cut the cameras off, do something. Like I would have had somebody. I don't know. I guess you would have had to have a third party or something. But everyone has door cameras now. Everyone has the ring cam. Everyone has cameras outside. Like you cannot escape. Like the cameras. Not just if you don't have it, somebody your neighbor gonna have it. Of course, she's gonna have it. So they're going to see something, and that's one reason why they knew she was lying because they checked the cameras. There was no motion detection. Nothing. The inside, I think, like I forgot what story, but she didn't fully commit to her
Yeah.
scamming
You didn't
ways.
see any footprints of when she said they came through the bathroom window. My whole thing is, I'm not a scammer, but I would have done way better than they did. Number one, the items that we so-called said was stolen would not be in my house.
Exactly. And I would make
Definitely.
sure I do away with it forever, like at
Yeah, I
least
don't care
for
if I had
the
to
next 20
bury it
years.
somewhere until we get it after. I'll go bury it somewhere and we'll get it after. That's one. Two, I'm not going to say somebody came into my house when I know, like you said, there's cameras. At that point, get rid of all the cameras, wait for a year after, and then pretend somebody robbed there. Then, like they said, forensics went. There was no footprints.
Yeah, maybe
It
the
was
cameras
just
would be
dumb.
erased
I
if
would
the
have,
neighbors have it. It would
yeah,
be it would tape over the
yeah.
footage if you wait.
Then even if you don't have cameras, you have neighbors that have cameras. Like me, when I was, living in Brooklyn, I was able to have cameras, but other houses were on my camera. So let's say you didn't
Yeah.
have camera, but somebody was like, "Oh, but I have, footage that we could see
Me
part
too. I can
of
see
Wendy's
with my
house."
cameras, I can see my across the street neighbor. If something happened to her, I
Exactly.
can get it on camera.
Or street cameras. So that was dumb. So they did a whole bunch of dumb stuff. So for me, it's like you communicating about doing something fraudulent on
Exactly.
email. Like, don't email, don't send text messages. These are things we all know now. Have a conversation with your husband when he gets home. Hell, whisper the damn thing if you have to at this point. Because you
And
eventually
yes. And even if they weren't like initially, like say if the robber did come in, they obviously were doing something fraudulent where they were adding more to it because Eddie like said, let's add some more and get it all the way to the maximum amount. Like when you say that, it's like you already like are not credible because you're an
email.
attorney.
But wasn't robbed at all. Now, if you were robbed, you added a couple of little things in there, items, maybe 5. Okay, but they were, from what it seems like, they weren't robbed at all. Nobody even broke into their house. So that
Yeah.
makes it even worse. Like nobody actually broke into your house. That's even worse than they did break into my house. Now I'm just gonna add 2 to 3 items on the list, the missing list. That's totally different to me than no one broke in your house at all.
When you scamming, I think you start like I don't know who. I feel like it was her that came up with this plan, but I just feel like to do it so sloppy. Like it's like an attorney and a professor. Like you really couldn't do better.
It's
Not
embarrassing. Honestly, it's embarrassing.
it is.
Like I'm embarrassed. Like watching each other as Black women. Like Potomac is the only all-Black cast of no, we have Married to Medicine, but that's not Housewives. Well, we have Atlanta too. But it's just like, really, you gotta get caught. We have what's her name from Beverly Hills, Dorit.
Mhm.
You said allegedly. We feel like she didn't do it. I mean, I think maybe, I don't know. But anybody else, so far, none of the other housewives got caught. Even Kyle had one time said someone robbed their house. We had multiple housewives say, why the black one got to get caught?
And they did a whole press conference.
Okay. Moving right along to the reunion. So they all start walking out of the reunion. Of course, Wendy came out late. I mean, all the outfits look the same as the picture. I don't think I saw anyone. I was like, wow, they look better than what we saw in the pictures. Because, check out our video. We made comments about the outfits. It, to me, looked like no one looked better than what we saw. Like sometimes you just have to see the clothes on TV and see how they're sitting down. Angel looked stuffed. She looked like she had too much fabric. She looked, to me, looking at Angel, she looked uncomfortable sitting there.
Yeah, her breasts were too big for that. It smushed her in, I guess, the girdle part. Maybe she wanted to take in the extra pounds too much, and then it just was an overflow of breast.
And we didn't talk about Kiara last time. Sorry, that's my dog. I didn't like her outfit. It looked like Auntie's outfit.
I think she's so beautiful, and I like when a neck is like bare, and then it's just like, and then she had that little,
outfit?
Huh?
You liked her outfit,
Kiana? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I
think she looked nice. I love that I think she had her hair back. Like I love when you show your face. Like I tend to like that, especially when you look like her. Like it's like she got such a beautiful face, and then her neckline was showing, and I just liked it. I did like it because I feel like it showed her like, I don't know. It just looked like she just looked picturesque that whole time, just sitting there. It's just like was like a snapshot, beautiful portrait of her.
I didn't like it. I think it hit her figure, even though it was a fitted dress. I feel like it hit her shape. I don't know. I didn't like the dress, but anyway, moving right along. What else was going on in this? I mean, what did you think of the reunion overall? I thought it was okay for part one.
The what did Andy talked about the charges? She talked about kids' reaction. Stacy, because it was Stacy and then Wendy were like at the head of the couch next to Andy, and I feel like,
I mean, Wendy being at the head. I think Wendy's at the head because of the scandal that's happening now. And I don't know what did she really bring in this reunion. Honestly, if it's because of the scandal, I think Giselle should have sat there because all season was about how Giselle was treating Stacy wrong, how Giselle was treating what's her name, the other one, Stacy wrong, and that Angel. It was all conversations with Giselle, Stacy, and Angel. So I think Winnie's only sitting there because of the allegations. I think Stacey should sit there. You don't think Stacey should get first chair?
No. Why? What's she doing?
I mean, she was able to stand up to all those damn bullies. I mean, towards the end of the season, Stacey didn't do as much. But in the beginning, remember, her breath stink. They kept talking about Timo. They talked about the guy she was paying off. The first couple of episodes, they were really mean to Stacey.
I don't see. Yeah, she always did that, though. Like, she does like not. She don't let it affect her like an Angel. But I feel like she's just like, I don't know. I don't feel like she's deserving of a first seat just because of that. Like she lies too much. I don't know if I'm liking her. Some about her I'm not liking. Like I love that she doesn't let what anyone say affect her, but I just don't like liars. Like people that can't be real and keep it real and not upfront. Where you're like, you gotta be fake. Like I don't like that. Just and then like they gave her the best performance role in the Housewives reality show. You're the best performer. Or what was that? Wait, what did they give her? The made best performance list.
That's what they said because maybe they feel like she's acting. But who do you think should have sat next to her then?
I think even one of the new girls. Like I don't know. Do they ever have like newbies sit there? I think Angel. I think Angel. She should have been in the hot seat the whole time.
Hell no.
I think she should have been in the hot seat that whole time because the whole season was about her. The whole season.
Yeah, but she didn't bring anything to the season. So I don't think she should sit in the front. Definitely not Angel. Angel
I
should
think she didn't
was
bring
singing alone.
anything, but she brought us like talking about how, you know, just the whole Colorado with Bobby. Like, I just feel like the whole season she got evicted. Like she's a catfish. They bringing catfish to the function.
Yes,
Like,
but
I
you
just feel
gotta
like all
remember
of that. She
who
got a lot to answer for. Like, why did you let this affect you? Why we didn't see your personality? We need to see it now. You in the hot seat. This is your chance to shine or get out of here.
Angel should have been backstage. I don't even think she should have been sitting with them.
No, I think
But
she needed to be in the hot seat.
no, but you got to remember, Angel became a storyline based on Giselle and Ashley. They kept coming at her every season, every episode. I mean, so if they weren't coming at her, there was nothing about Angel. You got to look at people. I feel, even though what's her name? Oh God, what's her name? Stacy was the same thing. They were coming at her. She had a storyline, but
yes,
Stacy was able to stand up. She had, you know, certain things she said that was very comedic. It was different with Stacy, but Angel just kept taking the bullying.
Yeah, I don't
Giselle should have
want
sat first chair. If I feel Giselle should have sat first chair if Wendy didn't have the drama going on. At this point, when Karen comes, it should be the two. Well, I don't want to say criminals, but it should be Wendy and Karen.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand why Wendy's sitting there, and I definitely understand why Stacy is sitting there. And Carlos King, you know, he voted her as the best housewife of this year. So I figured,
oh hell no,
that had some.
Hell no, no. She's a liar. Did you see how she was like?
Yeah, performative. She was performing.
I don't want somebody like that on the reality show. I don't want somebody fake. I don't like it. I don't like it. She's a liar. Like even what about when they talked about her the cannabis line, when they asked her last year, do you have a cannabis line coming out? She said no. Then even when Wendy approached her, she's so scared of Wendy. That's another thing. She's ready to guns blazing with everybody else, not even everybody else, with Tia of all people. Tia's so nice. Tia,
Tia's nice.
You coming at? Then Ashley's going at her, telling her she got a fake divorce. Giselle's coming at her. All these women are Kiana, like everybody she got, like, and then you got fire and all of this shade and just anger towards Tia of all people. And then they even asked her when they was asking about Timo and Tia. Wendy, like, even said like a couple of times, first of all, to me, she's like too much under Wendy. Like, she's like, I don't know. I just don't. To me, she just is like kissing her ass so much. It was like annoying. Like even when Wendy said to her, "I feel like you named the cannabis line a Nigerian name because you were trying to get back at me and Eddie for what we did about the Timo situation." And then her response was, "Oh, really? That's interesting, Wendy." And then when they asked her about what was her best overall, like, you know, what was her best thing about, I guess, being on the Housewives, being friends with Wendy. Like, it was just like, really?
Because it's true. Maybe what Wendy was saying was true.
And then when they asked Wendy about like her being in jail and her, you know, arrest, mugshot and everything, you stayed in jail overnight. Oh my God, overnight. Like, I thought y'all supposed to be like this. You didn't know she was in jail overnight?
That's what I was saying. How the heck you didn't know that? And you and Wendy talk so much, this seems like
something, right?
But Angel is a liar, because remember when when Andy asked who filed for divorce, and she said, "Oh,
you said Angel. You mean Stacy's a liar?"
Stacy, lied. Yeah. And he said, "Who filed for divorce?"
Yep, I was going to bring that up.
The one she lied.
Yeah, and then she looked. You could tell when she looked. I love when the editors put that in there.
And you found out she lied about that. So she's a known liar, but she will definitely come back next season. So how did you feel with? I mean, the one thing I have to say about Wendy, she did answer questions. Of course, she can't answer anything about her case. She went on to talk about how her son found out and how she got, you know, all that other stuff. And I was just like, I didn't really care.
Yeah.
I didn't really care. I mean, Giselle did make me laugh when she mentioned her wig. Because we were like, what the hell kind of wig Wendy got on her head? But Giselle should not have been the person to mention wigs, because Giselle's wigs be looking hot and mess through the whole season.
Yeah, exactly.
She's the last person that should have brought up
And I
Wendy
didn't
Williams.
like her makeup too on this like
Oh,
reunion.
Giselle?
Giselle, I didn't like the way she looked. I didn't like it.
I didn't really pay attention to her face. Honestly, I don't remember
I
how she
was
looked
when
like.
they were showing her face in comparison to all of the other ladies, like her makeup looked the worst. Like it just didn't look good to me.
I gotta pay attention to that again. So Wendy mentioned that. Let's see what else. Giselle Fontaine. They were asking her, was she high in the pictures? Was Eddie high? She claimed both of them was not high.
I thought she said Eddie was high. I could have sworn she said something like Eddie was, she didn't say flying like a kite. She said something like Eddie was gone. She said that.
Well, she mentioned that the mugshot picture, he was in his cell sleeping, and then they took him out, and that's when he took that picture. So
Oh,
yeah, so she
so
mentioned
maybe that's what
that.
she meant when she was like Eddie was gone.
Yeah,
I forgot the term she used.
yeah.
But
So she mentioned they weren't high in the mugshot pictures. She, Giselle asked her, "Oh, you talk about this like this is nothing. Are you okay?" She mentioned she's not okay. She also mentioned she was scared. So that was good because a lot of people trying to play tough.
I know that was, she did show some vulnerability there. So I did like, it felt real. Like it do feel real that she's scared that she got caught. I just think,
Yeah,
I think she's guilty. I'm sorry.
allegedly. Yeah.
I'm saying in the court of public opinion, I'm saying guilty.
I agree. That first scene, I think they should just not even film that.
I
I
knew
don't
she
think they
was
should have
guilty from
even
the
done it.
gate.
So we'll see what happened. But I am very interested about next season. She is Ashley said her number. Oh, then this is the part I don't like Ashley, but in a way I understand why Ashley's going at Wendy. And everybody's trying to. I don't like Ashley, but if I was in a situation, I probably would do it a little bit the same because Wendy came the first season with her nose stuck up in the air.
Yes.
I have 4 degrees. My husband's an attorney. I'm Nigerian. She came off there thinking she was hot shit. And she kind of degraded Ashley because of lack of so-called education and not having 4 degrees. And she made it seem like she was more educated than all the women. She even went at Karen one time, right? About how educated she is compared to Karen, who didn't go to college.
Yeah.
But overall, she came in there like, I'm Miss, CNN and all that stuff. So now, Miss Smarty Pants, look what's happened to you. You're a scammer and you're not even a good scammer.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I understand why Ashley's coming at her, even though social media is saying Ashley's being a mean girl and stuff. I do too.
I know. They all coming at Ashley, and I feel like Ashley is right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, what type of degrees? I don't care if you got 20 degrees more than me, but it means nothing when you become a scammer and you get caught. Because your degrees, you're not that smart enough to not get caught. You're not that smart to make right decisions in life. So what does that mean to me if you're educated when you threw it all out the window? You worse off than me then if I don't have no degrees. Because at least I didn't waste all of that time, like, substantiating my education and just all of these things that now you just threw it out the window. Like you're about to be a felony. You're about to be a felon because of your felonies.
So Wendy and Eddie in this situation, it's wrong. It's bad all around because if they found guilty, they're going to jail. I mean, a lot of people talk about plea deals, and if they do take a plea deal, that means you're guilty.
Yeah, you did.
And that is going to affect that. You're not going to see, she's not going to get a lot of job offers. That's one. I mean, her only job she's going to have is this show.
And that's probably, like you said, that's probably why she's like bending over backwards, creating scripts and stuff like that to stay on TV. And because look at what's her name from Salt Lake City, Jen Shaw. Like she kind of like cut Andy off, canceled the interview, and now he basically said on his series radio that she is never coming back to the show. He's never wants to see her again. So she done killed any kind of like deal or any kind of connection with Bravo or any future plans with Bravo. She killed it when she did not show up for that interview. Wendy's doing what she needs to do to keep that money train going with Bravo.
And Eddie's gonna just be disbarred, but it doesn't matter because I'm like, okay, he's an attorney. On the show they've never talked about him being an attorney. Where does he work? What is Eddie doing with his degree as an attorney?
Did somebody mention that? Like, did somebody say that? Like, oh, I think Ashley, did she bring it up last reunion? Like, did somebody say that? Like, does Eddie work?
Exactly. What is he? And then now you're selling weed. Like, what are you doing with the law degree? What has he done with that degree?
We have never seen him in the office doing anything. We have never seen him fighting cases, clients. We haven't seen none of that. We just see Happy Eddie doing cannabis. That's all we've seen. And we've recently seen that. It wasn't even like the other seasons. What was he doing? Nothing.
You can't even defend your own self in this case. Like, what are you doing? Like, what kind of attorney?
And you look pathetic. Like, you look pathetic. So it's like, what is all that education? I feel I'm on Ashley's side with this. Everybody's going in on Ashley. They want her gone for next season. They don't want her here no more. But Ashley has a few points, like about like, you know, when she made that comment about I got one social security number.
That was like clock that Ashley. She won that argument. I don't like Ashley, but I do want her to come back next season because I need somebody to be on Wendy's neck.
Yeah, I want somebody to stir up Wendy's
neck. And I feel like with Ashley gone, I think this is what I think is going to happen next season. If Ashley goes away, Giselle is going to back down. She's going to back down with Wendy because she knows she can't go to toe-to-toe with Wendy unless she has somebody there to help her. I think Karen, Wendy's going to try to make amends with Karen. And Karen is going to become the mama bear and talk to her about, you know, going through trial and probably give her tips about, God forbid, you go to jail. You know, then we have Stacey, who's going to be a friend. So I think they need Ashley there to bring her messiness. Because without Ashley, Giselle's not going to be messy by herself. And I don't think Karen is going to be messy towards Wendy because she feels, you know, she's still redeeming herself. So you coming in and being messy with Wendy's not going to be a good look because your ass went to jail for drinking and driving. I think the drinking and driving is probably even, to me, it's probably even worse because you could have killed somebody. Wendy, you're scamming these big companies out of their money, okay. But Karen could have actually killed someone. Yeah. So Karen can't come there being too judgmental. So I think the person that needs to come next season is Ashley. Because a newbie's not going to probably come at Wendy that much. And if they do, it's going to be kind of, they're trying to do it to make a moment. So I think Ashley we could get rid of Ashley the following season. But next season, we need Ashley. I want
Ashley until I don't want her. But right now, I want her there next season. I don't know. It's still be in the air. I got to see what she brings next season. But right now, like you said, I want her for next season. When next season comes, we'll decide about the season after. But right now, I want her to come back.
Me too. I need her to come back to Wendy.
There was some highlights of her in that reunion. She still brings the drama that I feel like we need to keep us interesting, to keep things interesting, to keep us talking. She has some. She's messy, but we like messiness.
Yeah,
like it.
The thing I feel like with the watchers, I understand. You need to go back and see why Ashley feel the way you did. You degraded the girl because she doesn't have education. You talked about her dating that old white man. It was like Wendy was coming for, I don't remember if Ashley came for Wendy first, but whatever Wendy was doing, she was throwing her degrees in everybody's face.
Yeah.
And after she got her body done, no, you couldn't tell her nothing. She thought she was the top.
Yeah, so but what you think about her saying, what is it, when in the pen? What was the saying that she said that Ashley said?
Zen win in the pen. I don't think I like the banter between Ashley and Giselle, like within on screen, the reunion. But I think you going outside, and I think that was a little too early. And I think that I felt was a little bit maybe inappropriate, unless she said it maybe in an interview. She did it in one of her shows. But again, she felt the way she felt. I don't think that was called for. I don't think that was called for. I rather she just, say one of those things like, well, we don't know. I don't know. She could have given a politically good answer or not even answer the question because they didn't even ask her a question. But I just feel like how she feels about Wendy, I would rather see it when it's during filming or the reunion. To me, I felt that way. But I understand why Ashley's coming after Wendy because people have to remember how Wendy portrayed herself.
Yeah, I would too. So
for me, it's like humble yourself, bitch.
Exactly. And we on the
So,
reality show. Like I'm gonna bring a little bit, I'm gonna stir up a little bit of stuff just to
exactly.
have some things that we could talk about at the reunion like we're
Exactly.
doing.
I
What do
just
you
felt
think?
that it
Huh?
was another dig when Ashley said her number one fear is going to jail.
That and
And
it's inappropriate. I'm like, did the editors do this? Like, where did this come? Like, I would have never. That was not the time to even say that. Like, why would like the way she said it at that time? It was like, okay,
I think that was a dig at Wendy. Like, this is the worst thing that possibly could happen, and it's happening to you. I think it was more of a dig to Wendy than anything else. I don't think that's Ashley's worst fear. As a mother, I think your worst fear is probably one of your children going to jail or your children getting passing away. Number one, if you're not doing anything legal, why are you fearful of going to jail? It just didn't make any sense. But I think it was more of a dig at Wendy. Like,
I think it really was a fear, but I would have kept that to myself. I feel that she was speaking her truth. Like, okay, we got two women that went to jail. Like, this is hitting close to home. Like, it's my biggest fear. Like, I feel like we being watched, and I don't know what's going on. Like, people, this person's going to jail, you going to jail. Like, I don't like. I feel like I might have a little bit of fear in me, but that would not. I would not speak on it at that time,
yeah, but
especially not at the
it's
reunion.
her comment to me was dumb because the people went to jail for a legitimate reason. They're not like targeting the black women in
But
Potomac.
that's what I mean, that's what they're saying. Like it could be like, and when from Wendy's perspective, if they're claiming that they're innocent and it's not dumb, like it's she's gonna prevail. Like they could be targets.
I don't. Well, unless you're doing something illegal. If you're not scamming or doing anything, you don't have to worry about it being a target. So unless there's other things that Ashley's doing that we don't know about, but I just felt that was more of a dig to Wendy because even Giselle was looking like, what the hell? I think it was a dig to Wendy. It was kind of like, look, the worst thing ever is happening to you right now.
Yeah, when she said it, it was just like this came out of like left. Like this is not the time to even say. Like I get saying that, like, but not at the reunion. I would have said that amongst us, like if we at the table talking, we eating, and oh my god, my biggest fear, like that would have just came up as we like this banter, but not at the reunion. Like you're just gonna insert that, and it to me it seemed like Ashley made it about herself. Like my fear, I'm scared. Like, girl, this is not about you. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
There's no, you don't got no like charges against you. Like, you don't even
Yeah,
got
I mean, that's not my biggest fear. If I'm not, unless my biggest fear maybe someone framing me or falsely being arrested for something I didn't do.
Well,
But
that's supposed to be, isn't that what like, we don't know. Because we don't know Wendy's side yet.
I don't think we're going to know Wendy's side until they release any of the court documentations and read online. I don't think she'll be dumb enough to
Well,
say
I think they're trying to
anything.
say like she's. I don't think they're trying to believe that she actually did it. I'm saying she's guilty, but do the housewives believe that they're targets, or do they believe that she did it, that she's innocent? It's supposed to be innocent till proven guilty. So we don't know her side. What if really they're trying to, like, they think that they are targets?
I don't think they think Wendy's innocent. One, Giselle, a couple of days ago, they asked her about what do you think about Wendy's to take a plea deal. If you're saying if you're saying, oh, this person should take a plea deal, is because you think they're guilty.
Yeah, they got too much evidence.
They got too much evidence. They have a whole slew of evidence. At this point, I don't know how Wendy is going to win this.
And I don't even think we even know half of it. Like, there's probably way more evidence that they're about to pull out their bag of tricks.
And Ashley speaks as if she thinks Wendy is guilty. All the jokes, the little comments she makes is
no. Ashley is just glowing. She is like, and like she loves it. She and to me, honestly, I wouldn't. I mean, they say I saw some of the comments saying like Ashley is just like kicking somebody when they down. I just feel like if you put yourself there and then you were coming at me, and then especially you talk like I think Angel should have really went in too. Like you talking about me being evicted, you bringing this all up, and look at here, you a scammer.
I mean, Angel was coming at Wendy though. I don't remember Wendy really doing anything. Well, the whole catfish thing when Giselle said Wendy went act like she was back in high school, laughing for no reason. It wasn't even that funny.
But she came up with the eviction. She was like, she's the one who brought it out. Like I don't know, and it wasn't like. as with empathy. It was like, yeah, girl, they saying you got evicted. What you got to say about that? Like somebody that come at me like that is harsh. And I would come at you now. Now I feel like you coming at me, no type of empathy. You not even giving me the heads up. You just bam, girl. We heard you got evicted. Who says that?
Yeah, but Wendy was doing it based on how Angel's reacting to hers. So Wendy, I'm not a fan of her, but the whole Wendy and Angel thing, it really started with Angel. Because Angel kept saying Wendy said catfish, which she knows Wendy didn't say, because Giselle said it. So she was coming at Wendy. So this is why Wendy, any opportunity, she actually came at Angel. So I don't think Angel in that situation should come at Wendy. I think the people that should come at Wendy are the Giselles.
True.
And the Ashleys. Because again, remember when Wendy went off at Giselle?
Yeah, like you don't got a man, you got nothing like to live for.
You ain't got a man, you ain't got a happy life, got punished. She went Giselle should be going on Wendy. But again, certain situations and when you don't know what could potentially bad in your life, you may not want to take that chance of saying certain things. Like, okay, I'm making fun of this person going to jail. Like, let's say Wendy was making fun of Karen going to jail. And now look. So certain things that you don't know if anything coming down the pipe may happen to you, someone in your family, maybe your children. You have to be very careful of how far you're going to go.
Yeah.
With those throwing things in people's face, Ashley, at this point, I can see where her kids are young. She ain't got to worry about them going to jail until maybe years later. She ain't with Michael. She ain't doing anything illegal. Hell yeah, I'll be throwing shit in Wendy's face.
Yeah, that's true. So Wendy got to deal with it, because I'm sorry. I think Ashley took it a little bit light. I would have been going hard, especially if somebody said, I don't got no accomplishments. Oh, baby, I would have went off up in there.
No, but first thing I have multiple, at least I have one Social Security. I think that was good enough dig. We haven't seen the rest, but I think that was good. Ashley just saying that's enough to shut Wendy down.
Yeah, but I go harder than that. Like, yeah, you got one. I would have been like, scammer, you're fraudulent. I would have ended it like with an exclamation. Yeah, I got one Social Security number, scammer. You gotta put that exclamation point.
Yeah, happy now. Like,
yeah.
It should be convicted, Eddie.
Exactly. Eddie. Unhappy Eddie.
Yeah.
Crying Eddie.
Yes, I think that would be good for us.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're terrible. Okay, so the next one. Okay, we talked about that.
Oh, what do you think about getting to Angel? What do you think about Bobby being the best looking husband of Potomac?
He got big ears. I don't like his ears. I don't think he's the best looking house husband out of all the ears. Out of Potomac, because none of them got husbands. Tia's husband looked like a geek. Eddie looks okay.
Yeah.
Who else is on there that's married? Timo, definitely not.
Oh, hell no. So I would say the most, it would have to be Eddie. He would have to be the best looking. Eddie would have to be the best. I would consider him the best looking out of. If we really like judging them, Eddie would have to be the best looking one. To me,
overall, husband is the best, but Eddie better looking in the face.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Body wise, no, I don't. If you compare the overall, look, but I didn't like his. I don't think he's all of that. People are talking about, oh, he's so good looking. He got big ears. His ears are huge.
Okay.
Wait, you looking at him now? Look at his ears.
Yeah,
I would never. But now I'm looking. He is a good looking guy. It's the ears. They need to be tapered back.
Tapered.
He's better looking than Eddie. He's better looking than Eddie. Now that I can't get over past the ears. It's the ears I keep seeing.
Yeah, you're right about that. They're kind of low and Dumbo-ish.
Yeah, the ears got me. He needs to push them back. I don't know. He's a man. He can't grow his hair out. But Eddie second. He's cute. The ears just got to go. I don't know what they have ear surgery, but the ears are ridiculous, and it's worse on camera.
Yeah, like I
Angel
don't know.
looks good in that picture. She looks good in that picture. But yeah, he's a no. He's a yes in the face and a no to the ears. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to get past the big old ears. Nah, I don't like the ears. But so I would say Eddie based on the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So what else did they say? She said, let's see. I'm looking. So what do you
What
think
about
about
Tiana,
Tia?
huh?
What you said?
Tiana and Angel's relationship.
Well, I
They
wanted
asked
to touch
about
this base first. What do you
okay.
think of what Tia said about Stacy when she said, "Oh, you married up, and then that traveling is not a accomplishment"?
Yeah, I'm with T on that. Like I said, I'm not feeling Stacy. I don't she did marry up a lot of these housewives, all of them, like except for Wendy. Giselle, I think Giselle's educated and she did a lot of things on her own, even though she was like a pastor's wife or whatever. I feel like a lot of them married up. And Stacey is one of them. And Tia has a point. I don't know what Tia's I don't know about her husband. Like, is he rich? Like, does he got like mega millions? Like,
No,
I don't know. No.
he's not rich. Tia came from wealth, and you remember her father lost all his money. So I think with her, that's maybe a little bit of jealousy. She didn't marry up. Based on her background, she married down. She did. Her family look like they had money.
Well, I get what she's saying. I feel like what she's saying with Tia, and I just feel like Stacey is going too hard on Tia. Like, there's no reason that Stacey shouldn't be directing that energy toward Giselle.
Stacey's going hard on Tia. Tia's going pretty hard on Stacey.
How?
But I see. No, she is going hard on Stacey. I feel like Tia joined the whole crowd, but I see why Tia felt type of way towards Stacey, because she felt Stacey lied on her, which in a way she did about like, oh, why she's not gonna go when Timo's out of town. I'm not gonna come to dinner with.
That's why I think Stacey's animosity. That's why I think she got mad. Because first of all, like how they kept going back and forth about Wendy being the master. I feel like with
Giselle being the master, Giselle.
Wendy, when they were going back and forth saying, remember when Tia was like, Stacey said that Tia had like just wanted to extract information when she met Timo and her and the daughter when they was at playing tennis or whatever they was doing, and she was saying that Tia showed up just to get information to bring back to her master, which was Wendy.
Giselle. No, which is Giselle. Because she said Giselle, because you remember her and Giselle are good friends. Giselle so-called brought Tia into the show.
No, I don't think they was talking about it. Because remember, Wendy was like, I'm nobody's master, because they kept
no, because remember then Giselle was like, well, Wendy's your master. So when Stacey was like, oh, you took information to bring back to your master, she was talking about the time. She was also talking about the time when Angel was packing up. Remember all her stuff? And then she ran and called Giselle. Was like, oh my God, Angel's moving out of Potomac. So when she was like, oh, you came to see Timo to bring information back to your master, she was talking about Giselle. And Giselle's like, well, no, Wendy's your master. And then Wendy was like, no one's my master. So she was referring to Giselle being Tia's master.
I thought you were saying that Wendy was the master because when they went out to eat, she brought the information to Wendy, basically saying like, Stacey is lying. I was just out with her and Timo is not going away out of town. Like, he's here. She's lying. So to me, it was like she brought the information back to Wendy and put it out there.
That's how I thought it was Giselle. Well, comment below, because I remember her saying it was Giselle, because Giselle's like, oh, well, whoever. At this point,
I gotta watch that part again, but I feel like I don't know. And I feel like what my point was is that I feel like Stacey is trying. Like, I feel like ever since that episode or that incident with Stacey and Tia meeting, and then we're asking like, oh, what you're doing, and she was like, oh, Timo just flew in, and then all of a sudden when they were supposed to go out with Wendy and Eddie, And then Stacey's excuse was, oh, Timo's out of town, when literally Tia just saw them that day. Like, you was blatantly lying. And I feel like from that episode, Stacey's acting like Tia should have never said anything. Like, why wouldn't I say anything? I would be like, wait a minute, he's out of town. I just saw him today. And she told me he flew in. So
That
why
was the
would she
issue.
think that when it come up?
Yes, Stacey wanted it to be kept a secret. She was like, well, why are you trying to ruin my relationship with Wendy? Why did you tell Wendy this? Well, she did the right thing. Wendy was probably going to see it anyway on TV.
Exactly. And why wouldn't I bring that up if you're right there on the phone and you say that he's flying out, and you just told me he flew in and he was here today? Like, to me, I would absolutely, but I feel like ever since then, Stacey has had this like anger toward Tia as if she wasn't supposed to say anything. Like, no, I'm not. I didn't show up to extract information from you and your husband and your daughter. Like, I'm saying the truth. It's the truth. And she should have told, if she had a problem with Wendy, she should have told Wendy what her problem was. Like, whether it was the whole TJ situation and you didn't feel comfortable with you and Timo going out with Wendy and Eddie, then you should have told Wendy as a friend, like, Timo's not ready yet. But don't be mad because it came out another way because you were lying about it. Don't be mad at me.
I agree. So I don't think Tia's wrong. I think she was right. Okay, so let's see. So then, this was a good one. What about Kiana chin checking Angel again?
That's what I was saying.
Huh?
That's what I was talking about before. When
okay, go ahead.
I feel like something about their friendship. I feel like Angel is just trying to overlook, like, she doesn't want to, she wants to keep that friendship intact, and she does not want to like ruffle anybody's feathers. She does not want to ruffle Kiana's feathers. So I feel like she wants to just overlook anything. That whole Kiana situation about chin checking, I feel like Angel wanted no parts. She just want to move on and just forget about it. And we want to just keep our friendship intact. I think that's more important to her.
Yeah, and I also, but I didn't like the way she was talking to Angel. No, I'm talking. Like, she basically shut up. I didn't like that.
But I didn't understand that was the part I didn't understand. Like, when Wendy and Angel started going back and forth with each other, and then Wendy said, do you understand what I was saying now? Why I could be like a little bit like confused or disappointed or whatever Wendy said. And then Angel said, yeah, I could understand it was something about the chin check, but I didn't understand what Angel was trying to apologize for, because Kiana interrupted and was like, yeah, I'm talking now. And then Wendy was like, well, let Angel talk. And then Kiana was like, no, I'm talking now. So I didn't understand what Wendy and Angel had beef about. Like, what was they talking about?
Yeah, I was very confused as to why Kiana jumped in and what the conversation was. I can't remember what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That was my thing. Like, what is actually going on? So that was what happened there. But I think Kiana was very rude.
I think she was. Then remember Wendy said, what kind of relationship is this?
Yeah, say it again.
And then you remember Kiana was like, what? I mean, not Kiana. Wendy said when Kiana cut like Angel off, and she was like, yeah, when Wendy was like, well, let her speak. Let Angel speak. And then Kiana was like, no, I'm speaking. And then Angel said, well, okay, let Kiana speak and I'll speak after her. And then Wendy was like, my God, what kind of relationship is she's controlling her?
I mean, pretty much she told her to shut the hell up and let me talk and wait until I'm finished.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. But like I said, I think Angel is just wanting to be friends. Like, she don't want a Shamia Portia type of situation. She's being like Shamia now until she's not gonna be Shamia, until like when Shamia came out and everybody put that battery in her back. But Angel's not letting nobody put a battery in her back.
I think Angel's also somewhat like, oh, I know I'm on this show because of Kiara. Supposedly they had to ask Angel to be on this show before, and she had said no because she was living in Colorado. But yeah. I think she's grateful and respectful of Kiana, because at the end of this, I'm on this platform before of Kiara, and I'm not trying to mess nothing up. And if I have a chance of coming back, it would be due to Kiara, still being different. But I don't think either one of them is gonna come back.
Yeah, I think they both can. They both are not needed.
I think they
What
both
do you
need
think
to go.
about the Forrest Whitaker? Not James Earl Jones. Was it James Earl Jones?
Forrest Whitaker look.
And what was it? Was it?
I
Oh,
can see
yeah,
that.
James Earl Jones, right?
Yeah, she said she looks like James Earl Jones. I mean, I didn't really. When she said, I was like, okay. I think that Forrest Whitaker to me was funnier than that James Earl Jones.
No, yeah, I think she did have that plan, but I do.
You think she had a plan?
You don't think she got a James Earl Jones look to her?
You think? I think in the comments says she does, but
What?
I think the eye twitching. Wendy does do it. So when she first said it, I was dying. I saw the Forrest Whitaker and Wendy.
Yes.
James Earl Jones. I mean, Angel's a pretty woman. I don't see the resemblance.
If you think about it, it could give off like that. Let me see.
Yeah, pull him up on the screen because they probably have a picture of both of them together. Oh my God, you guys think she looks? I don't see
what?
it.
You
what?
See resemblance? Are you? What?
I'm not looking.
You don't see a resemblance.
I see a resemblance of when they're talking about her. She has nothing to say.
Let me see. James Earl Jones. What's her name? Angel
Massey.
Potomac. Let me see.
I can see the resemblance.
Wait.
Uncle or father.
Oh, shoot. I can't pull this up. But wait, can I?
Oh, they have pictured them together. Near each other.
Listen, there's a resemblance. Listen, she got a little point there. Okay.
Yes.
But Forrest Whitaker, that was just. But wait a minute. Why would she say? Wait.
Yeah, I do see a resemblance. I think Wendy reversed that before she came on the show.
Yeah, I think she did. I think she did think about who am I going to say as far as like.
Yeah, because if you, who thinks of what's his name, James Earl Jones? I think it was.
Yeah, that's not coming. That's not coming off.
Maybe she got it from the fans or something.
Yeah.
But the Forrest Whitaker, I could see.
Yeah.
Not that Wendy looks like him, but she does the weird eye twitching.
She does, and then she was doing it then like that, and she said the asshole lips, like she was doing it during like the reunion.
I mean, I don't know how asshole lips look like, but
she was doing it. Wendy was doing the asshole lips the whole reunion.
What is the asshole lips?
It's like when she was like you could see Wendy was doing it some of the time. She was like sometimes when she was sitting there, she was
really. I didn't.
It was on song.
I mean, Karen does a lot with her mouth. But I never paid attention to Wendy, but she might be right.
Wait, let me see if I can
where you gonna Google Wendy or
she got the asshole? Huh?
Where are you gonna Google Wendy?
Listen, oh wait, let me see. Do they got the asshole lips here? But I think the editors did I think the editors did show it too. Like
they showed Wendy doing that to her mouth.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
I don't remember seeing. I don't remember her lips. I just remember Karen does a lot of mouth movement. But I can't. Karen, she does a lot of she with dentures. She does a lot of movement. It's like. You never noticed Karen with her mouth?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I always thought maybe she was holding her dentures together or something. I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good one. I have to give that.
When Wendy was talking and throughout that reunion, I was seeing the asshole lips formation.
I had to look because and the other two episodes. So I mean, I think Angel won that one compared to Earl whatever his name is, Earl Jones.
Yeah,
I
James
think,
Earl Jones.
yeah, I think Angel won that one. Asshole Lips and Forrest Whitaker. She won
Yeah.
that. So they went back again and discussed this whole catfish. And
Oh my
Giselle was like,
God,
well, the
I'm
reason
done with
I thought of this
catfish.
was because when I met one of the producers, I kept saying, where's the new girl? And they said, oh, she's there. And you're like, oh, you look totally different than the pictures. I mean, Giselle didn't lie. She did look different than a lot of the pictures.
I don't know. I don't think she looked like she really is like pretty. So I think like that looked like a younger her without the weight or whatever. Like to me, it looked like her. It didn't look that far off. Like when they showed a younger picture when she was like interviewing somebody or whatever, it looked like her to me.
Well, I think with Angel, it depends. You know, like Wendy's been bringing it, whether it was clothes, makeup, wig. We know what we get for Wendy. Angel, sometimes I see her, she looks better in her confessionals than she does on camera, like the other scenes. Like when she first started, I was like, okay, she's okay. And then
Yeah.
when they showed her in the confessional, I'm like, wow, she looked good. Like she looked, I don't know if it's the lighting or the makeup. They do tweak her different. She looks a little bit different in her confessionals than she does on all the other scenes. Even on some of the Watch What Happens Live, she looked good. But overall, I mean, she's a good-looking woman.
Yeah, I think so too. So I don't know. Like I feel like I wish she wouldn't have been so defensive and just down the dumps the whole season. Like I wish she would have just learned. Like Ash, I do get what Ashley was saying and the points that Ashley was making. Like we used to throwing shade at each other. Like I just guess I got to be more sensitive nowadays. Everybody's sensitive, but we've been throwing shade since forever. And I just wish
Yeah.
that Angel would learn to laugh at herself and throw that shade back. Like they all tune up themselves, face tune. Like she said later on to her sister, or whoever said it, I think the sister said it, that Wendy's a walking like face tune or whatever. So it's like she literally got surgery. Like I would be going in like the way that they rehearse these lines for the reunion, I would go back and be rehearsing these lines at each episode, like and coming back stronger. Like you should be going home after they calling you a catfish. She should have went home that night, and I would be like, okay, this is gonna be on camera. Now I gotta redeem myself. Like call her Forrest Whitaker. You need to go in at this moment. Don't go behind and talking and kikiing with your sister and coming back to the reunion saying it late in the game. You gotta go home, go back, get some sleep, and then refresh and then come back guns blazing. And she never did. Like I don't understand why they wait to reunion to try to like come at people and rehearse lines. Rehearse those lines that night and come back again the next day.
No, I agree. The thing is with Angel, why the catfish bothers her so much is because she's insecure. She's
Yeah.
insecure about her. I think it's more so about her weight. Now she's come, she was the thinner girl. She just had a baby. She might be even going through postpartum. I don't know how old her kids are. All the women are in better shape. So it was her insecurity. So now, and this is why she was, if you do a whole bunch of filters on any social media pictures, because you're not fully happy with how you look like, and you want to tweak whatever you don't like, because you're not going to put your real wrinkles on social media, right? So her filter was a little bit OD. She did a lot of filtering. There's one thing, I don't like my wrinkle line here. Let me kind of filter that. She filtered the structure of her face. She filtered her nose, made it thinner. She filtered a lot and she looks totally different. She doesn't look like the chubby faced girl. She filtered a lot. There's a difference between filtering, removing maybe little wrinkle lines, maybe you don't like the shadow or something, then filter your whole entire face. Because we all do it. I mean, I in social media, I might be like, I smiled out. I don't like the two lines. So let me kind of like move and smooth it out a little bit. But it's still fun. I'm not filtering, let me make my jawline a little thinner. Let me make my nose thinner. Let me push my eyebrows up. I'm not doing all that.
And I just think it filter went overboard. Look at how bad they was coming at Karen for like little things, her tax evasion, tax whatever. Everybody else come at each other for bad things. Like even though she did do an OD filter, like to me, I don't care how much I filter my photos. I'm gonna deflect so bad, and go in on people who was talking about me filtering, you're not even gonna think about how much I filtered it, because the way
Yeah.
I come back at bitches talking about me and my filtering, you're gonna forget about what they said. Because now I'm coming back with guns blazing, and I'm gonna talk about Wendy and all her surgeries. I'm gonna talk about Wendy. You know, you got nerve to be talking. I would have been talking about her scamming ways. Now I would have just went in. Like, I mean, Wendy is not the, like you said, it was Giselle who did it, but Giselle can use some filtering. She can use some Botox. She can
But
use that.
Giselle filters. If you look at Giselle's neck, and the whole neck thing started from Candace. Remember
Yeah.
Candace? So when you look at Giselle now, when you look at Giselle, right? If you whatever, her face is not as nice as when you look at Instagram. She has more wrinkles. You can see aging in her.
And
When
that's
you
what
look
I
at
think. Yeah, exactly. That's what I
her
think I
neck,
saw at the
you go back.
reunion.
Huh?
I think that's why I think like maybe something was off with her at the reunion, because I'm so used to seeing the filtered her.
Exactly. She looks older. Like with the filter, she looks 5 years younger. There's no wrinkle line. There's no neck wrinkle. She looks like they call her the Barbie doll. So of course, she's filtering a lot too. They're all filtering. All of them is filtering. If you see a little bit of cellulite showing, you'll take that off. There's a lot of Giselle's legs look way smoother on Instagram than they look on camera. So I don't know what the big deal is. And the thing that Angel is stupid about, she should have just owned it. Yeah, I filter my pictures and what? You all do too.
That's what I'm saying. She should have been ripping them to shreds. Especially
What is the big deal? That
yeah.
No, I'm not a catfish. And if I am, you all are catfishes, because we all filter our pictures. Look, Wendy, look this. And I didn't have to get my body done. My man loves me like that. He, the way that I am. Look at you, Wendy.
And that's why I do agree with Ashley.
And she's doing her filtering and then doing it to her body, even though Wendy looks great. But it's like saying, oh yeah, you got a lot of Botox. So I didn't got a lot of Botox. So I didn't think the whole catfish thing was a big deal. They didn't say nothing bad. I think it's because of her insecurities.
Yeah.
She's insecure. She knows she did a lot of filtering. And in her mind, she wanted to think she looks like what she posted. And she's delusional.
Even if you do have insecurities, I feel like it's fine to have insecurities and do it, but you got to learn how to throw that shade back if you on a Housewives show. Have your insecurities, fine. They called your insecurities out. Now it's time to shred these bitches to smithereens.
And just tell them, yeah, I did filter my picture. I just had a baby. I gained some weight.
I wouldn't say that. No, I ain't giving excuses. I just had a baby. All of that about me, my beauty. Nope, I'm gonna go in on you. It's attack time about me and why I gained weight. I'm fat, insecure, whatever. I'm putting that to the back burner. The way I'm gonna come out with guns blazing, you ain't even gonna remember that I was fat. I felt some stuff. Nobody gonna remember that, but everybody remembers it because she was so like, "Woe is me! Oh my God!" Like she kept bringing it up instead of just going in counter attack mode.
She made the filtering thing a big topic of the whole season. She came at them, told them about their asses, or admitted she did filtering. We wouldn't even be talking about this right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said. And remember, she said, "No, I don't filter." That was when she started like digging herself in a hole. Like, don't say you don't filter. Like, if anything, like I said, you got to counterattack. Do not say no. I'm not answering nobody's questions. I'm not giving no excuses. In counterattack mode.
Exactly. Right, it was so dumb for deny. It was so dumb for her to deny that, especially them sitting right there, seeing how you look compared to your pictures. Now, if it was somebody that never saw you, could lie. Yeah. It didn't make any sense. So she's going to be the person when she comes back next season, lose a ton of weight and look fabulous. That's how she's going to have to get her revenge.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, next. Then
I think we talked about mostly everything.
Yes. Oh yeah, then Wendy was saying to Ashley that she doesn't have any accomplishments. And then that's when Ashley threw it in her face. Well, I don't have any, but at least I have one social security number. And it kind of just ended it there.
They showed like this next 10-minute clip. So I did watch the next 10 minutes. It seemed like Wendy is gonna like come back and basically say, I don't have 10 social security numbers. And then I think I did look it up, and it was like she doesn't. They said, and then Ashley says in the next part Oh, well, they said something about 67. And then Wendy was like, no, it wasn't
Yeah,
67.
6'7". They kept doing that stupid 6'7" crap.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
67. She didn't have 67 social security number. She had 67 credit cards.
Whatever it was, she had 67 or something.
What's not wrong? I have a lot of credit cards, so I can't.
67, not really.
I mean, I don't even know how many, but I'm not scamming. But I mean, you can have a lot of credit cards if there's a lot of stores. Listen, when they're giving discounts and I got a great credit score and they're giving 30% off, and if you sign up for a credit card, I got a lot of credit cards. So I feel like offended when they be like, oh, you got 67. What that mean? You scamming because you got 67 credit cards?
Somebody got 57 credit cards. That ain't right. I'm sorry.
No, that's not. Like, I don't got 67.
You may have a lot of credit cards, but I doubt it's 57. That's all. I don't know. But I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, 67, 57, 67 credit cards.
But you know how many department stores there are with their own credit cards? There's Walmart, Target, Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Neiman Marcus. Like they all have their own credit cards. And to me, I do get tempted when they're offering 30% off. I'm always signing up for credit cards. So I don't even remember. Sometimes I only remember when they tell me they're going to close it because I'm not using it. But I stay signed. I'm one of them. I might have 67 if they pull my record.
I didn't even know you could get that many credit cards. I figured
what?
That's a lot of credit cards. I didn't think there was.
But you know how many stores there are with their own credit cards? There's Home Depot. There's Lowe's. There's so many with their own credit cards. And to me, like I said, I'm not scamming. I'm looking for a discount. So I'm signing up for every credit card when I'm in the store and they tempted me. I'm signing up for the credit card.
I don't even think I know 67 stores that I shop on a regular to use the credit card.
All of them got their own every store got their own credit card.
I don't think I know that many stores that I would be using 67 credit cards. I don't think so.
There's many department stores out there, many, more than 67.
I know, but I don't think I know 67 stores that I would be utilizing the credit cards. I can't think of that many places. I don't know, but to me that sounds very scamish.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I don't know, but to me, I mean, I don't know. I don't have that many credit cards, but they said it was more than just
what Ashley should have said. I mean, she did get off with that, but she had multiple different names. It was like Eddie Hennessy. Yes. These names. It was the name. Now that's scammerish. When you come up with different names, now I can have multiple credit cards from all different department stores, but I got the same name.
That's the part that we actually maybe they had 67 names. Maybe it was 67 names she meant instead of 67 credit. Whatever she said, she got
57. So she said she got. Ashley was like, I got one social security number, so she was insinuating that Wendy has 67 social security numbers, but it was really 67 credit cards. But she also had different aliases, so it's still scammerish. I don't believe that the credit cards were scammerish, but having all these different names, Eddie Hennessy, like, first of all, why would you even use that name? Why?
Well, they said they were using it because they were getting different packages mailed to their house, like these things they were ordering from department stores, and they didn't want people to know where they lived, like the delivery people.
Nobody's even thinking about them. Nobody does that. Like, come on, Kyle Richards, all of them, like the Hiltons.
Well,
like,
they don't do it. Because remember, let's say you order them from Amazon, certain places, and you're like, oh, but you didn't know, like the honey says Beyonce. You didn't know like that.
Nobody is thinking about no Wendy and Eddie.
Exactly.
Nobody's not after them or thinking about them and stalking them, please.
And then you can stick to one name and use that. Let's say you like, okay, I don't want people to know where I live. Use a one alias name to deliver. You only need 20, 25 aliases to have package delivered to your house. Use the same name.
And then those like grimy ghetto names like Eddie Hennessy and Wendy, like whatever, Jezebel or whatever her name was. But it's just like, no.
No, I agree. So that was it. I mean, I'm waiting to see when Karen comes out, which probably was going to be part 3 or midway part 2. But so far it's okay. I'm hoping the reunion gets better. But so far it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't. Do you think anybody like made an impact on this episode for this reunion. I feel like Angel should have came home. I do like she did check Ashley at one point, and she was like, well, when they asked her did she buy a house in Potomac, and she said, yeah, I bought a house. Ashley was like, oh, is it 30 acres? And then Angel was like, well, you wouldn't know, you don't live in Potomac. And then Ashley was like, well, it's by choice. And then Angel was like, yeah, okay, sure, it was by choice. No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
But I
she
guess
did that.
Potomac is where the
But
money.
still, yeah, Angel still needs to bring more. We'll wait and see when they talk about other stuff. I'm really looking forward for them to talk about the trip and how terrible it was. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Angel comeback is going to be about that whole trip. Who
And what
brought
about
it?
Stacey? Do you think she made like a big
Who
impact?
stood out? I'm trying to think who stood out on this first. I mean, the only reason I would say Wendy's because everybody wanted to hear what she was going to say about the case. So for me, going into watching this episode, my thought process was like, oh, what is Wendy going to say? Is she going to really play like Karen? I'm not going to answer any questions. Is she going to answer some questions? Is she going to be in denial? So I think her answering even Giselle's questions, are you scared? Yeah. You know, are you okay? No. You know, something like, yeah, I'm okay. You know, God got me. You know, it was one of those. I'm being honest. I'm scared, and no, I'm not good. So, I think Wendy was, to me, was the highlight of this first part of the reunion. Yeah, and I probably would say Ashley second. Yeah, comebacks.
Yeah, they were both like back and forth, and then I feel like they talked the most.
Yes, I would say those
directed toward them.
Yeah, Kiana needs to bring it because she was so. I forgot she was even in the reunion.
Yeah, she didn't say much except when they spoke about her and Angel.
Yeah, because there wasn't much about Kiana to speak about. I don't remember a lot happened except for that man not marrying her. I can't remember anything else. Did they show her business? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, the whole season was about her and that guy.
Greg?
That's her. Yeah, there was nothing else. Like, as far as storyline, nothing.
Well, it's gonna get juicy because it looked like Jazzy's gonna bring the tea and say that
she took a married man.
Yes, we need to hear from the wife. Where's the wife?
Yeah, but the thing too, maybe that's why he can't marry. Is he still legally married to the wife?
I don't think he's still legally married, but I think whatever, he ain't trying to jump right into a marriage. So that's even more of a reason. Like, if she stole him from the ex-wife or the wife at that time, is some men they're not trying to jump right back into a marriage.
Especially now with the side chick. And how the hell Jazzy knows that?
They probably all, I mean, I wanted to know. I think they all would have brought it out. Like,
or is it even true? The woman she just decided to throw out there. It might not even be true. But we'll find out because you know the wife.
I did rewind it. I was looking at Kiana's reaction. She was pissed. So I'm waiting to see.
You know how the editing go. Maybe she was pissed about something. Like sometimes you think it's their reactions based on whatever, and it's something totally different. But let's see. The only thing is, you know, the wife may jump in somebody's comments.
That's what I'm waiting for. I like when you hear from the other party, the opposing side.
That's the only way we'll know the truth about that. Because if she did take her man, she gonna let it be known that it's true.
Yes, I'm waiting to hear this back and forth so I can determine and detect who's lying.
Yes. So that was it for this episode, the first reunion. So tune in because we'll be back next week. So we can recap part 2 of Housewives of Potomac reunion.
And don't forget to like, subscribe. If you didn't subscribe, leave a comment.
Yeah.
It helps out. It supports us. You're not giving money, but support. And liking and subscribing is still support.
Yes. Thank you.
Toodles.
Bye.